was looking at Facebook the other day, and I'm looking at my profile and the pictures, things that we had been doing as a family over this summer, and I'm like, wow, that person has this great life, so much going on. It's so wonderful and so exciting. And oh man, I was like, I feel like such a hypocrite. Like, that's not my everyday life. I'm not always doing all these fun things and going to all these exciting places, and my family's not always smiling. We're not always happy. And I started to feel a little bit like a hypocrite, and I didn't want to be that person. So then I started to think, well, like, who am I? Like, when people look at me, who do they see? And one time I was kind of just walking down the hallway in my downstairs area, and we have this mirror there where you always stop and look at yourself before you head out. And I realized I'm not even sure that I recognized that person either. It wasn't just my Facebook profile that I didn't recognize. It was the person looking back at me. And I think about, when I was a little girl and I used to dream about who I wanted to be, like my perfect husband and my perfect children and my perfect life and the kind of perfect mom and my super clean house. And I looked around and I realized my husband's not perfect and my children aren't perfect and my house isn't clean. And it started to bury me. I started to just be buried under all the things that I felt like I wasn't living up to, and I'm like, Lord, I just want to get back to who I was when I had all those dreams as a little girl. I just want to be your little girl, and I want to live that life, because that's a real life. Not that Facebook is not real, but you don't live your everyday there. At least I hope you don't. You know what I mean? I looked up the word restore in the dictionary. And I kind of got a little excited about that, because I knew that that's what I wanted for my prayer, to be restored. To be restored means, number one, to return to the Creator. To be returned to the Creator. And I'm like, that's exactly what I need to be. I need to be returned to my Creator. And number two, it was to go back to your original form, to be back to that. And I want to be like that little girl that would run through the fields carefree and just be a little bit in love with life and dream about what the future can be. And it's not to say that I didn't want to live in the here and now anymore, although sometimes I think I feel that way, but it was to say that I want to get back to that joy, to get back to that. And in order to do that, I need to be reconnected to my Creator. And so I went into scripture, as I like to do, and I found in Matthew 12 where it talks about just stretch out your arms, stretch out your hands to God, and you will be restored. So that's how I pray now, with my hands outstretched to God, trusting that He will restore me. He will bring me back to Him every single time, just as He will you, if you let Him.